Hey everybody, this screencast is to help the people who are choosing to use Google Draw to make their heartbox diagram. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to go through the procedure for 411 a little bit, but mostly I'm going to talk about some of the features, like how to add text boxes, Scribble, how to use the Scribble tool, how to change the thickness of a line or the fill for a box. So I'm not going 100% in order. But let's do this. So I am going to scroll down and I see that the first task is to label the right and left atria as RA and LA and the right and left ventricle as RV and LV. And it reminds me here that when you're looking at the illustration of someone else's heart, you have to think about it as belonging to them. And so when I open up that heart box diagram template, which is attached to the Google Classroom assignment, I'm going to remember that if this is somebody's heart, if they were laying down on a table, this would be the right side. And so to start off with those RALA labels, these boxes are ready to accept text, so that's kind of convenient. And I'm not doing all of them. I'm just going to do the right side. And then I'm going to choose to make this the body. It just makes it simpler for me, but you don't have to. You can make it be the lungs if you want. And then when I come back over here, we're going to take a look at the next step. And what they really want us to do after all that labeling the chambers is to add in the major vessels. So I'm going to add in the superior and inferior vena cava so you can see how to do that. So I come up here to the line menu and I'm going to come down and choose Scribble. And then I put the little crosshairs on the edge of the body, and I know that the superior and inferior vena cava take blood from the body to the right atrium. And so I'm just going to kind of make a funky little arrow looking thing like that. When I'm finished, I click so that it's completed, it's highlighted. And then I know going forward in the procedure, I'm going to want to change the color of this arrow. And so I'm just going to do it now. So I choose line color. I know that the body is sending deoxygenated blood to the right atrium. So I'm going to choose a blue line. And I think it looks kind of cheesy, so I'm going to make the weight of it thicker. So I'm going to choose 4 picas, and I think that looks a little bit better. And then, of course, I would be adding the other major vessels and choosing the right color for them. I do want to add a text box so I can label this. So I'm just going to throw that in here, and I'm going to call it superior, inferior vena cava, and bam, it's labeled. And maybe I take a look at that and I feel like it's not looking that spiffy. I could make the font bold. I could maybe make it a little bit bigger if I wanted to. Whatever works for you. So that's that. The other thing that I want to show you is how to add a fill to the boxes, because eventually the whole heart box is going to be red and blue to show oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So I'm going to come up here to the fill menu, and I know that I'm working on the deoxygenated side, so I'm going to choose that light blue color, and I'm going to fill in both of those so that it looks like that. And I would, of course, come over here to the right side and I could choose a light red color. I'm going to try and do something kind of snazzy for the body. I could actually use this gradient. So I can come over here and I can choose one spot and make it start with the light blue, and then choose the other end and make it end with the light red, and then voila, it will come in like that. So that's kind of the gist of the fancy stuff you can do. You, of course, are going to follow all the directions and do everything completely in order, and I will post a completed heart box for you to check out to make sure you've done it right. Good luck, everyone.